because I still got some ways. I had a crazy dream last night, y'all. So can I just share my dream real quick so y'all can be like, this girl had a real interesting dream. So I just really been heavily into my Bible lately. And I had a dream about this really big, giant man. And he was on a bike. And he was chasing my auntie. Like, at first he was a wolf or some kind of animal. And he was chasing my auntie, and my auntie was trying to run. My auntie used to run track, so she's very athletic. And she jumped over a fence, and the wolf jumped over the fence too. And then she jumped back over the fence to get to where we were, and the wolf tried to jump back over the fence too. But the wolf changed into a man, and he was a very tall, dark, lean man, and he was on a bike, like a 10-speed or something. And so he just kept chasing her through the streets. And I was watching this while he was chasing her. Then the man came up, that same man came up and got in my face. Y'all just go with me with this one, because this was a crazy dream. He got in my face. Now, I promise I'm not a violent individual, but I do have a license to carry. And in my dream, with this man, tall man hovering over me, I pulled out my tool. Just telling you the dream. And I didn't pew it, but I just took it and I started beating this giant, dark, evil thing that had been chasing my auntie. And I just started beating it against the head. Pow, 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 pow. But the more I was beating it, it wasn't dropping. It wasn't like falling. Like I thought I was going to be able to knock it unconscious. But from somewhere, I got a bobby pin. And it was crazy because I wear bobby pins all the time. Y'all just go with me. The dream was crazy. So I pulled out a bobby pin, one that looks just like this. Now, I guess I put the other tool up, but I took out a bobby pin, a little small one like this. And I took it and I kept doing this to the, I don't know what it was, man, tall man, demon, whatever we want to call it. I don't know, spirit, whatever. So I kept doing this. And every time I did this, it would like shake and shudder as if this bobby pin was causing it pain. And so eventually I took the whole bobby pin and I just put it in his temple to where I just pushed it into his temple and to where it was just like under his skin, in his head. Like you could see it from the outside still, but I just pushed the bobby pin into his temple and then he fell and went on to glory. Just walk with me, y'all. Your girl been not going through, but the Lord just been giving me revelation. So I'm like, Lord, what is that? What kind of dream is that? First, the wolf was chasing my auntie. The wolf turned into this man, tall, thin, dark. I'm going to call it a spirit, a demon that was chasing my aunt. And I watched it chase my aunt. And there was nothing I could do. But when it came up on me, I'm knuck if you buck. Up against his head. Pow, pow, pow. But what I was doing wasn't working. But when I took out the small bobby pin and I pierced his temple, he was done with. I said, Lord, what are you saying to me? So the Lord began to reveal to me, and he may be revealing this to you too. Some of us are used to fighting. Some of us are used to knucking if you buck. Some of us are used to handling it on our own. Not only did I grow up a fighter, not only did I grow up in a gang, I became a lawyer. All of that added together, I'm a fighter by nature. And not only do I fight for myself, I fight for other people. I'm a fighter by nature. But the Lord was showing me, so was David. He was a fighter by nature. That's all he knew was war. But he didn't defeat Goliath the way we would have thought he would defeat Goliath. He didn't use a sword until after he was defeated, because he took his head off. He used something insignificant in the eyes of many. He used something small, a little rock. Tanisha, that demon that kept chasing your auntie and then came and got in your face, it wasn't the tool you thought was going to take him out. It was a small bobby pin that pierced his side and he was done with. Come on, somebody. I don't know if you a fighter. I don't know if you used to fight. I don't know if you a black woman in America. That automatically says you're going to have some battles. I don't know what your story is, but this is what I can say. The Lord is on your side, and the Lord is going to give you strategy, and the Lord is going to help you win the battle in a way in which you did not think you were going to win the battle. See, you may be used to handling it your way, but in this season, God is showing you that you will not be the hero of your story. You will not be able to look back and say, you know what, I did it on my own, because quiet as kept, that's really what got us in a lot of situations. We wanted to do it on our own, but God is saying, I'm here now. My God, he's saying, I'm here now. He says, I'm wise, and I will take the smallest foolish things to confound the wise. See, sometimes we think we're too smart. Yeah, I think I'm too smart sometimes. And I'll say it just like that. I thinks I'm so smart sometimes. But at the end of the day, God is smarter. I may have some omniscience, but he has omniscience. This dream was so crazy to me, y'all, but the revelation was so strong in the sense that God was saying, Tanisha, it's not going to be the way you think you're going to handle it. You're going to defeat it in a much more different way. I don't even know how else to explain it. I don't know how else to say it, but he said, you're going to defeat it in a much, and then it was like oh, Lord, it was like, it wasn't just me. It was like I was defeating it for my auntie, for my family. And when you see relatives in your dreams, it typically tells you that there's something generational or familial going on there. It could even be a familiar spirit, because I told you the spirit was chasing my auntie. At first it was a wolf, and then it turned into a man, just the way he looked. It was almost like a giant, because he was very, very tall, very, very lean, very, very dark. And he was chasing my aunt throughout these streets. And then eventually he came and got up in my face, right? Like as if to, ooh, Lord. Have you ever had somebody get in your face and you had to restrain yourself? But see, in the dream, I just did what I knew to do. I took the butt of the tool and bow, bow, bow up against his head. But he wasn't falling. It wasn't phasing him. But that small little bobby pin pierced his head, and he was boom. I said, Lord, why you got to take one of the Bible stories and make it apply to me? Because in the Bible, Goliath was chasing around everybody in the city. He was making people afraid. And David said, who is that out there causing all that ruckus? I promise you, listen, David, I am like David, and David is like me. Who out there causing all that fuss? Who out there messing with folks for no reason? Who is it? I'm about to go handle it. Whether it be with every ounce of my law degree, if I got to use my power that way, if I got to, whichever way I got to use the power that I have, if I got to pray, let's go handle it, is my attitude. And that's how David was. And Saul was like, hey, you want to use my armor? You want to use my weapon? You want to use my shield? David was like, nah, that's too heavy. That doesn't fit me. But he had them rocks though. And he had the power of God behind him. So in my dream, my power using my tool was not effective. Come on, somebody. But the bobby pin, with the power of God backing me, was effective and destroyed the demon. All right. Somebody gonna catch it before they leave. The way you did it before, And how you handled your business before and how you overcame the enemy before may not be how God is going to let that thing go this season. Maybe God is getting ready to show you, guess what? It will not be by your might. It will not be by your power, but it will be by the Spirit, saith the Lord. That's scripture. That's Bible.